Server 73, and in this video we are going to discuss the fire exclusive artifacts. Therefore we are going to check all the fire immortals first and see the descriptions. So we have Trajan. This is one of the pay to win immortals, but still one of the most important immortals for the whole fire meta. His skill is Rain of Fire. Bless all ally units with flame empowerment, increasing their critical damage by 30%. When a fire immortal deals damage with ultimate skill, immortal's critical chance will be increased by 10% for 6 seconds, stackable up to 5 times. So the blessing effect with his EA, because I'm using his EA, is the blessing effect with Rain of Fire will also increase the critical chance of all friendly fire immortals by 10%. So it gives a 10% critical damage buff and a 10% critical chance buff. Sion, also one of the pay to win immortals, also very important. Her skill is shoot a fierce arrow that concentrates the power of a phoenix, deal physical damage to the current target. For the next 6 seconds, an explosion will trigger whenever the enemy receives one critical attack, cause physical damage to all enemy units. The exclusive artifact, I have only bad one, so this is why I'm still using another one, is increasing the duration to 9 seconds, pretty decent. So you have, instead of 6 seconds, 9 seconds to deal another crit damage to make the implosion work, not the explosion work. Is also one of the most important ones. I mean, you can also play Cyrus, but I'll go to this one later. Inflicts magical damage to one random enemy unit and has a 60% chance of causing equal damage to another nearby random enemy up to 3 times. So with the exclusive artifact, it's going to be the probability of Emperor to deal damage to nearby targets is increased to 70%. So it's just plus 10% chance to trigger the effect. Pretty good. Hippos EA is going to give, or the skill is fires heavenly fire 5 times, each time inflicting physical damage on a random enemy troop and reducing its energy by 100 and attack speed by 10% for 6 seconds. It's the difference now here is just that it's going to be 7 times instead of 5 times. Pretty decent, very good one. Villian, you can play him instead of Trajan. His skill is inflicts physical damage to the enemy target directly ahead and increases the critical rate of all your troops by 20% when he's fully maxed. His exclusive artifact is going to give Burning the Sky and Burning Fire increases crit rate of all your troops while increasing their critical attack by 35%. So it's a pretty decent buff. Like I said, you can play him for Trajan. The only difference is that William is counting as an attack immortal and Trajan is counting as a defense immortal, so his defense exclusive artifacts will be resil rate or physical damage reduction or physical defense in percentage. This is probably a bit better to have one tank in your fire burst team. Cyrus is giving pretty decent stun, reduces the resilience of 3 random enemy units by 9. This case, in my case, 9% when it's fully maxed, 15% for 6 seconds, and gives them a 35% chance of being stunned for 3 seconds when receiving a crit attack. Very good for having control in your fire team. If a full burst is not working, try to use Cyrus. I'm going to max him. I have him 3 stars, almost 4 stars, just to play a bit around or to have some different options. So we will keep in mind. Let's go back to him. We will keep in mind. It's a 35% stun chance and 50% resil. Where's A? After casting static ammo, enemies will have an additional 10% chance to be stunned when receiving critical damage. So it's not 35, it's 45% stun chance. Pretty overpowered, almost 50%. That's pretty good. I would go for this one for sure. Let's go on with the another immortals. Frederick, I would say almost no one is using this one, but inflicts physical damage on the enemy target directly ahead and recovers your health power equivalent to 30% of the damage amount. The EA is giving a 45% recovery chance of the health point instead of 30. And last but not least, Ashoka is going to give, like, shooting a powerful arrow towards the enemy directly ahead, inflicting massive physical damage, and has a 50% chance of doubling the attack's damage. So 50% damage chance to double the damage here. Exclusive artifact. I don't know which one it was. It was not this one, I think. This one, probably, yeah. When arrow of Narc deals double damage, enemy physical defense is decreased by 50% for 12 seconds. So it's just when the double effect is hitting, it's going to decrease the physical defense by 50% for 12 seconds. This I can imagine to be very good in PvE situations. I think it's not really worth it in PvP, but we will go through all these exclusive artifacts right now, starting with Trajan Must Have. You need this one, just the extra critical chance for all your fire immortals is extremely powerful, since you have Malice to reduce your critical chance by 20%. This one, when the enemy is running this one, then you need for sure him, so it just gives you a 10% critical chance back. And Sion, I would also go for this one. When I have a decent one, I will for sure use it, because the 6% going to be 9% to proc an explosion is pretty good. For the same, the 70% is pretty good. You need a good exclusive artifact for sure too, because it has 7 missiles firing, not only 5. William also, when you play William, just go for his exclusive artifact. Pretty good. This one I already said, 45% stun chance is very overpowered in my opinion. I will try it when it's done. But I think this is going to be one of the best exclusive artifacts. For fire, when you play fire main, you need the exclusive artifacts with just one step. I have a bad one, I have reserve rate, I mean it can work, but you want to have physical damage, physical defense, sorry. You need for Sion, you need to have annihilation to increase your critical damage. This is a must-have, and you need to have physical attack percentage. So it's pretty difficult to get a perfect exclusive artifact. Same for Wu. You need crit rate increase, and you need annihilation for crit damage increase. This is also a must-have. Otherwise, you can use whatever you have, but not the EA. Just use the EA when you have the perfect stats. That is what you have to pay attention to. Also for Hippo, go for Surge and go for physical damage main stat to have the 7 missiles fires. This will boost your damage extremely much, 100% when you have the correct skill setup. Not this one, but when you have a correct skill setup. And Cyrus also must go for this one. Go get the exclusive artifact and try the 45% stun rate instead of 35%. Test what is the best setup for beating some tanky Earth Mars or other stuff like Mixed Mars, and let me know what was your feeling. I hope this was helping you, and see you in the next video.